In this video, we're going to take a look at the alignment options in Microsoft PowerPoint 2013. I've got some images here on the slide. It's just three copies of the same image. They're all the same size. And what I want to do is I want to align them. I've got a number of choices. First of all, let's just look at some simple options for aligning one object. So I've got one object selected here. When I do, the Picture Tools comes up with a Format tab, and I want to go to the Arrange group over here and click on the Align button. And I've got three horizontal options here. Let's do left, and it slides it to the left edge. Do center, it'll center it horizontally, and if I do right, it will right align it for me. And then my vertical options are align it with the top of the slide, align it with the middle of the slide, or align it with the bottom of the slide. Okay, so you can select anything on your slide and do any combination of horizontal and vertical. You've got 9 possible combinations. It's easy to do with just one item. Now, what if you have multiple items and you want to align them? Okay. First of all, notice that when we did this before, the bottom option here was align to slide, and that was turned on. Now, I have some multiple pictures here, and I want to select each one of them. So hold the Control key down and click on each one in succession. And now, if we go to our Align button here, one of the options is Align Selected Objects. So click on Align Selected Objects, and that's only going to show up if you've got more than one thing selected. If there's only one thing selected, that obviously doesn't make sense, so that's not an option. And now, if I click on Align, let's do Align Top, I think that one. Okay, and that one's easier to see, and they all line up with the top one. I'm going to do Control Z, and I'm going to undo that, and then I'm going to do Align Bottom, and all three align with the bottom one, wherever that one happened to be. Let's do a Control Z to undo that, and let's choose Align Left, and they'll all line up with the left one, and I'm going to do a Control Z again, and let's do Align Center, and they all line up with the center one. Did they line up with the center one? No, they didn't. They lined up in the middle of between here and here. Let's try Align Right. I'll line up on the right. Let's try Align. We did Align Left. Let's do Align Center now, and nothing happens when I do that. Let's try Align Top, and now since they're all in the same column, they're all going to basically go to the same spot. Let's do a couple of Control Z's here to get back to where we were a little while ago. Okay, so let's take these three random ones again, and click, Control click, and let's go to Align up here, and let's align all of their tops. Okay, now we've got two of them overlapping here, and so let's take them and align them, and actually not align, but it's on the Align menu, and let's distribute them horizontally. It'll leave the leftmost item here and the rightmost item here, but if we've got other items in between, we've only got one in this case, but it'll take as many as you have, and it will distribute them evenly between the outside one and the inside one. So if I do distribute horizontally here, this space right over here is the same size as this space over here. Now, but they're not centered on the screen. And if I try to align, if I try to take this group and align them left, now you can probably guess what's going to happen. They all go to the left. And so I'm going to do a Control Z here and bring them back. And what I want to do if I want to keep them spaced like this is I want to go and I want to group them. So click on Group. And you'll see a little box appears around them now, and I can just grab, the edge of that box with my four-headed arrow here, and I can put it any place I want to. And now, if I do Align, since there's only one object now, since they're grouped, it's considered one object. That's turned off, and all my alignment now is going to be relative to the slide again. So if I do an Align Left, the text box takes it all the way over to the left. If I do Align Center, it will center everything on the screen. If I do an Align Right, it will right align them. And the same thing with my other vertical alignment options as well. And let's do center, and let's do middle, and now it is right smack in the middle of the slide. The distance from here to here is the same as the distance from here to here. The distance from here to here on the left is the same as the distance from here to here on the right. And because I grouped them together after I distributed them, I've got equal spaces in between the slides here too. When you're done, if you want to reposition them, you can simply ungroup them. And now I've got individual items here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one, I'm going to move it up here. I'm going to take this one, I'm going to move it down here. And what I'm going to do then is I'm going to select all of them again. And I'm going to go to align and kind of do the same thing we did before, except now we're going to do it vertically instead. So first let's align their left edges. And then that's kind of interesting. Did I get some extra pictures here? Apparently I got some extra pictures. Didn't realize I'd done that. Let's grab all of these, and I gotta get all the way outside of them and grab all of them in order for that to work. You could also just do the control click. So they are now aligned underneath one another. And what I want to do is I want to distribute them vertically. And it looks like they're pretty close right now, but they move just a little bit. And now if I want to group them and make sure that they maintain that distance between them, just go to group here. You'll see the little box around them, and now I can move them. And I can also align this box horizontally or vertically. We've already done that, so there's no need to go through it again. So those are the basics for aligning objects on a slide in PowerPoint.